Can you imagine testing your blood sugar or taking insulin up to 3 or more times a day? For some people, they don't have to imagine this because it's something that they live with every day of their life. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Burnett, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about juvenile diabetes. In the next several minutes, I intend to help you gain a better understanding of exactly what juvenile diabetes is. And to help me do this, I'll first define juvenile diabetes and then explain to you why it's important to my family and I. Now that we know what we're going to talk about today, let's go ahead and look at what juvenile diabetes is. Juvenile diabetes is otherwise called type 1 diabetes. It is usually diagnosed in young adults or juveniles, hence the name that it's more commonly referred to as juvenile diabetes. Insulin is a hormone that is produced within beta cells that's located in the pancreas. Insulin is needed to move blood sugar or blood glucose into cells where it is stored and later used for energy when you need it or exert yourself. And in a type 1 diabetes, these cells produce little or almost no insulin. And when this happens, there's not enough insulin, the glucose will build up in the bloodstream and is not used properly, and this will lead to the symptoms of type 1 diabetes. Unfortunately, at this time, there's still no exact cause of juvenile diabetes. It is listed as an autoimmune disorder. It's an infection, whatever triggers it, where it mistakenly makes the body turn on these cells and makes it to where they don't work or produce insulin as needed. Also, another side effect, or not really a side effect, it has been proven that it is a hereditary issue, so it can be passed from family members, children, and so forth. Some of the symptoms vary widely from member to member. Some people very thirsty, some are more hungry, some are very tired or fatigued even though they haven't done very much. It just really goes back and forth. The biggest one is the thirst that the body has, trying to counter the diabetes. Now that you have an understanding of what juvenile diabetes is, we'll go ahead now and take a look at why it's important to my family and I. Back in 1999, my daughter was a couple weeks before her 3rd birthday. We were on vacation, and she was playing, standard young, almost 3-year-old, out doing everything she could. She started not wanting to eat a lot and was drinking very heavily. At the time, we didn't think too much of it. Diabetes had ran in my wife's side of the family, so we were kind of watching it. After that, we went back to my base weeks later, and still doing about the same, not eating hardly anything and just drinking heavily. And after a couple of days of being home, she started getting sick and vomiting, so we decided, well, we need to get her to the doctor and have this looked at. Took her to the emergency room, and once we got her there, we told the doctors that, we think she may have onset diabetes. It has ran in one side of our family. Doctors told us not to worry about it. They'd take her back and check it out. A few minutes went by. Doctors came running out, took us to the back, said, oh yes, it's definitely. We checked her blood sugar. She had a blood sugar of 1,089, which the average human should run anywhere ideally between 70 to 120. They told us with this level of blood sugar that she should be in a coma or dead, so we were very lucky that we got her to the doctor when we did. My daughter's life living with diabetes has not been very bad at all. When she was younger, she took several shots of insulin a day to counter the food that she was eating, but with technology, everything's gotten better. She's now on an insulin pump and has been on an insulin pump for several years and is doing very well with it. The insulin pump kind of acts as the pancreas, and at scheduled times programmed into the pump, which is about the size of a pager. It gives her insulin throughout the day to counter everything that she eats or does. She still plays, very active, does everything. She's almost 15 now. Basketball, dancing, no problem. She does everything like any other kid of her age would. She just has to check her blood sugar, and I'm known as the dad that always has candy in my pocket in case she was to go low. Now that I've talked a little bit about why it's important to my family, let's recap. In conclusion, I've tried today to give you a better explanation of what juvenile diabetes is, and to help me do that, I talked to you about, I defined juvenile diabetes and told you why it's important to my family. I'd like to take this time an opportunity to thank you for listening to me today, and hope that everyone has a good day. Thank you. Bye.